Welcome back to my channel. Let's dive into the wild world of marriage by tackling some head-scratching logic in relationships. Here's a gem I heard from a woman criticizing other women.
You're wondering why the chance of divorce increases as women make more money relative to her husband? It's because men make money to support others, whereas women make money to support herself.
I hear women all the time say the man should be the provider, but then say the money from their own job is my money. Sounds a bit hypocritical to me. Certainly it's an example of what's mine is mine and what yours is negotiable. And isn't it strange that when it comes to something some women want, suddenly they don't want to be equal in supporting the family? Actually, there's quite a pattern of this. Consider women almost always want a man who makes more money than they do, someone who is smarter than they are, someone who is taller than they are, and, of course, stronger. But after seeking out the top of the top men, these women insist they are equal in every way. It's like someone wanting to be a business partner, but they expect you to put up 70% of the funding, work the longest hours, while insisting they have a completely equal say in all decisions. Or like someone is looking for the best candidate for a job, something the person doing the hiring admits they don't know anything about themselves, and then nitpicks everything the person they hire does, including telling them how to do the job. I've lived this sitcom myself as a band director. My principal would admit I know nothing about band directing, then hire me, only to tell me what to do, in detail. One classic case was a principal who wanted me to do something, and I told them it did sound like a good idea, and because it sounded good, I had already tried it before, but it just didn't work. So the principal tells me I should give it a second try. Well, I pointed out that because it did sound good, I had actually tried it a second time as well, with the same bad results. The principal told me I needed to try it a third time. Of course, it failed again. My training, experience, and prior success was just written off. This just seems similar to how many women, especially feminists, act. They want someone better in every way, but don't want to follow their lead at all. Oh, they'll follow, but only in cases where they happen to already agree. That's meaningless. It's like saying you support free speech, but only the speech that you agree with. These women don't even seem to realize how much they're being taken advantage of, as pointed out in this clip.
Powerful men saw an opportunity not to empower women, but to manipulate them. They used feminism to strip women of modesty, destroy traditional values, and gain access to easy sex. No surprises. Even former radicals admitted it. We used women's liberation to get laid. David Horowitz, former Marxist. The sexual revolution wasn't about freedom. It was about unleashing male desire with no consequences and convincing women to call it liberation.
Guys saw feminism and thought, jackpot, not to empower women, but to score easy sex. They sold liberation as a free pass to the bedroom. I saw all this happen in real time since I was at dating age during these changes. The attitude of many guys was expressed as, show me a woman who wants to be liberated and I'll show you a man who wants to liberate her. And yes, they were talking about sex. And isn't it strange how, after women lowered their standards to the level of men, claiming they should be able to enjoy free sex just like men, somehow there is still a huge problem of women marrying, but soon after, the sex is rarer than a unicorn at a barbecue. It gets wackier.
So we pumped out the narrative. Men are evil, masculinity is toxic, the family is a prison. And modern feminism bought it. It stopped being about rights, and now it's about turning women into the very men they claim to hate. Be cutthroat, be cold, chase power, chase sex, forget marriage, forget motherhood. You don't need a man, you are a man.
Some folks, while claiming women can do everything men can, often aren't able to define man or woman without a flowchart. So we shouldn't be surprised that they can't understand that men and women have different strengths in marriage. Marriage depends on these differences. Equal value, not identical skills. It's like a duet. One sings melody, the other harmony, not both screaming the same note. I'm not shocked when people say crazy things. Smart folks can be bonkers too, like some Declaration of Independence signers preaching equality while owning slaves. These people weren't idiots, but they sure were illogical on that matter, thanks to generations of indoctrination. Still, there are so many crazy things. The hypocrisy of many feminists, the claims that men are toxic, and even sex in marriage is labeled as forced sex by some, that your sex is determined not by biology, but by what you think you are, and more. Which is why I don't find the following to be an extreme interpretation.
But the truth is this, it's not about independence, it's about erasure. By removing the father, the state becomes the father, and that's exactly what happened. The government replaced husbands, daycare replaced mothers, the state became the family, and now everyone's miserable. Feminism didn't liberate women, it abandoned them. It stripped them of what made them powerful. Femininity, motherhood, grace, and handed them a cubicle, a vibrator, and a prescription for antidepressants. This isn't empowerment, it's enslavement, dressed up in slogans and stilettos. The family was never the enemy. It was the fortress, and they tore it down from the inside.
It's almost like there are people out there aggressively working to turn husbands and wives into rival teams in a reality show called Divide and Conquer. Why pit men against women when they're supposed to be co-stars in the family blockbuster? Essentially, people are creating unnecessary divisions between men and women. In fact, there are many things happening that create tribalism in the nation. I may need a sequel video to unpack this tribalism tango, which is everywhere today. Thanks for watching, and don't let the trolls stop you from speaking out.